Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're diving into a fascinating report from Bob Slavic at Virtualization Options LLC. They're a Colorado-based research and advisory firm, and they really dug into the surprising reality of artificial intelligence projects. And trust me, what they found is a really big deal. Let's get into it.
Okay, first, you have to follow the money, right? Well, companies and organizations are pumping $500 billion into AI every single year. That's a massive, almost unbelievable bet on a huge technological revolution.
But here's the number from the report that just stops you in your tracks. 98%. Get this. That's the percentage of all those AI projects that actually fail to meet their business goals. 98%. It's kind of mind-blowing. I mean, that is a colossal disconnect between all the hype we hear and the pretty harsh reality on the ground. So what on earth is going so wrong behind the scenes? Well, let's unpack it. The report is packed with these incredible cautionary tales. They really shine a light on exactly how these multi-million-dollar projects can just completely spiral out of control. So let's look at our first case study. A major package delivery company, they wanted to boost their efficiency. And the plan? It seems simple enough, right? Let's just replace our human support agents with a brand new cutting-edge AI chatbot. Well, it turns out that when frustrated customers started, messing around with the prompts, they figured out how to manipulate the AI. Before you knew it, it was swearing, it was insulting its own company, and even admitting point blank that it was totally useless. You can't make this stuff up. And the result of this little experiment? Oh, just a complete public relations nightmare. The story went viral everywhere. The company had to slam the emergency shutdown button on the chatbot, and customer trust was just shattered. All because the AI couldn't handle a little bit of human creativity. All right, next up, a huge tech company decides to build an AI to make its hiring process smoother. So they train it on a decade's worth of resumes from their most successful employees. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Well, it turns out the AI taught itself to be incredibly biased, and the details are just wild. The system literally started penalizing resumes that had the word women's, like from the Society of Women Engineers, while at the same time, it was rewarding these aggressive-sounding verbs that were more common on male applicants' resumes. They didn't just build a hiring tool. They had built an automated discrimination engine. The company had no choice but to scrap the entire system, not just because it was wrecking their diversity goals, but because it was exposing them to a massive legal risk. And for our last story, we're jumping into the high-stakes world of law. An attorney, trying to be efficient, turns to an AI assistant to help build a case and track down legal precedents. And the AI delivered. It cited several really powerful-sounding legal cases that perfectly supported the lawyer's argument. There was just one tiny problem. It completely made them up. All of them. Generated totally realistic case names, summaries, citations, none of which actually existed. Now, this was way more than just embarrassing. The lawyer ended up facing severe professional sanctions, and the whole incident sent a shockwave through the entire legal profession about the very real dangers of just blindly trusting AI. So, you look at all these disasters. What's the common thread here? Well, the report points to a few critical and frankly kind of human-like weaknesses that these AI systems have. That problem the lawyer had, it actually has a name. AI hallucination, and it's one of the most unpredictable and dangerous flaws in modern AI, where the system just confidently makes stuff up. And just to show you how convincing this can be, look at this statement. It sounds totally plausible, doesn't it? It has a formal-sounding law, a specific year, but just like the lawyer's citations, that act is 100% fake, made up entirely by an AI. And that is genuinely scary stuff. But it's not just about hallucinations. The report says these failures are rooted in bad data, the old saying, garbage in, garbage out, plus a total lack of emotional context and a real inability to handle the messy, noisy, unpredictable reality of the world we actually live in. But look, the report isn't all doom and gloom. Thankfully, it also lays out a really clear path forward for how to actually get this right and avoid these kinds of epic disasters. So the report lays out this crucial four-step framework. First, you have to define the actual problem you're trying to solve. Then, you've got to make sure your data is clean and unbiased. Third, and this is critical, you have to always keep a human in the loop. And finally, you have to test for all those weird, unexpected edge cases. Ultimately, the report's big conclusion is that AI is just an amplifier. It doesn't fix a broken process, it makes good organizations even better, more efficient, but it makes dysfunctional ones fail on a spectacular and very public scale.
And this really gets to the heart of it all. Maybe the most important lesson here is that things like human judgment, our ethics, our empathy, those aren't bugs that we need to automate away. No, they are the essential features that we absolutely have to protect.
Which leaves us with a final, really powerful thought from the report to chew on. As we race to build out this incredible technology, are we even focused on the right risks? Maybe the real danger isn't that AI will replace us, but that in the process, we'll forget what it even means to be human.